What is up, guys? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you guys with Dallas Stewart. Dallas, how you doing?
Doing good.
Yep. And now week 3 is in the books. We had a split. I went 10-6, and Dallas went 9-7 because we split on the Titans-Raiders game, and I ended up getting that split. So now we are both 1-1 on splits, and now we are on to the Week 4 game picks of the 2022 NFL season. First, we're just going to get our game out of the way first. We got the Seahawks going to Detroit to take on the Detroit Lions. We obviously had that loss to the Atlanta Falcons, which I would say what costed us was the Damian Lewis holding penalty and then not cashing in the red zone, which we only cashed in twice on the red zone, being held to all those field goals. And then, of course, our defense not being able to stop the run and the passing attack that they were able to attack us with last week. That was a big problem. Meanwhile, the Detroit Lions, they were up big on the Vikings, and then they just choked. Dallas? But yeah, back to our game, though.
Yeah, they were up 14-0 and let the Vikings come back, but they definitely could have won that game.
Yeah.
They're definitely not a pushover anymore.
Yeah, they're not a pushover.
They compete for that head coach.
Yep, and Dan Campbell is showing why he's a good coach for that Lions team. And Jared Goff is beginning to find his footing there. He's got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who's playing some really damn good football. DeAndre Swift, Aiden Hutchinson is playing good on that defense and that pass rush. And Detroit's showing it for us. And as much as I hate to say it for this team, for our team, we know just how bad it is for us. We just got to get our stuff going, but we know it's rebuilding. We know how bad it is, and there's a lot of things that need to be worked on this, and I hate to be the one to say it, and I hope to God I'm wrong, but I got Detroit handing us another loss, so unfortunately I got to go Detroit in this one.
Yeah, unfortunately, too, I got to go to Detroit. They just look better on offense, and Jared Goff is actually playing pretty well so far. I really hope I'm wrong because this is one of the last few games I feel good about our chances.
Yeah, knock on wood. I hope I'm wrong too, Dallas. Just hope that our defense can.
Yeah, I hope they can surprise us and get to 2-2.
Yeah, the few bright spots of our team, the rookies so far. One of the rookies, bright spots has been Tariq Woolen with the way he's been playing lately. Granted, these rookies are still making mistakes. Another bright spot like I saw was Kobe Bryant's sack last week on Mariota on that corner blitz, and just Tariq Woolen's interception. Just seeing that these guys are hungry. It's still a bright thing to see for the future, but we got a long way to go.
Yeah, and they've had some success against Jared Goff before, so hopefully they can get after him.
We'll see. All right, back to the other games on this list. First off, starting off the week, we got the 3-0 Miami Dolphins going to Cincinnati to take on the Cincinnati Bengals on Thursday Night Football. The Miami Dolphins with the big win over the Buffalo Bills. They might be a dark horse team this year. Tua's playing good. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle are killing it on the offense along with the defense. But another surprise name that I'm seeing Tua throw the ball to, and I was surprised when I saw that he was with the Miami Dolphins. Tua's been hitting River Craycraft from Dallas.
Wazoo.
Yep. Former Washington State Cougar River Craycraft has become another favorite target of Tua Tagovailoa. And I cannot believe Tua's been finding him. Meanwhile, the Cincinnati Bengals, they got back in the win column, got revenge for the one-game wonder Mike game last year against the New York Jets. Bengals got finally off the schneid on the win board. But, this Miami team is starting to show they're for real. And you know what? Granted, with the struggles of the Bengals, if the Cincinnati Bengals can get it going, we'll see. But, right now, I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to take Miami to get the 4-0. I'm taking the Dolphins.
Give me Miami to get the 4-0. I'm liking what I'm seeing. They definitely could give the Bills a run for their money in the AFC East this year.
Yep. I got Miami as a dark. After seeing what Miami is doing, I got them as a dark horse team. They could surprise.
They were one of the hottest teams in the league at the end of the year last year.
Yeah, Miami's gonna.
It's this year.
Yeah, I think Miami's gonna surprise a lot of people this year. Whew. All right, up next we got the Minnesota Vikings going down to the Superdome to take on the New Orleans Saints. A wild card rematch of the 2019 playoffs, and of course another divisional rematch of that infamous Minneapolis Miracle, the rematch of the Vikings and Saints. This time in the Superdome, the Vikings had to claw their way back against the Detroit Lions, but they managed to get it done, making some key plays, and Justin Jefferson made some big-time touchdown catches. Meanwhile, the New Orleans Saints fell to Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers, giving the Panthers their first win. So there's that. So there's definitely some flaws, but I like Minnesota a little better than that, so I'm going to take the Vikings.
This game is actually in London.
Oh, this is the first London game. Yeah. Holy crap! I forgot to write London on the paper. So this.
This game's at 6:30 Pacific.
I'm gonna have to wake up early and watch that one.
About that. Yeah.
Dang. I forgot.
But I like Minnesota. They bounced back from that on the Monday night game against Philadelphia. I think they get to 3-1, and they got the 3, which is a little bit of a surprise.
I forgot that this was even a London game. This was a London game.
A lot of people did. It's pretty early for a London game, week 4.
And the Vikings have played pretty good in recent history in London. I remember in 2013 when they got their first win of the season. In 2013 when they beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the year that the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. The Vikings played the Steelers in the first London game of that season and got a dub there. Vikings have played pretty good whenever they've gone to London. Of course, they beat the Cleveland Browns in the Browns 0-16 year in 2017 too. So Vikings have had a lot of success in London.
Yeah, and this is also a match of the Christmas game for 2020.
That's right, it is.
Alvin Kamara had 6 touchdowns.
Yep. So, give me Minnesota to go to London and get a win against the Saints. Up next, we got the New York Jets going to Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Jets had an emotional letdown, and they freaking just let the Cincinnati Bengals just get the better of them. Meanwhile, the Pittsburgh Steelers just freaking... what happened with the Steelers last week? If I could just find it on the... Oh, yeah, the Steelers played on Thursday night last week, and they lost to Jacoby Brissett. They had their chance to come back, but... And then they basically had to do the hook and ladder, and Cleveland ended up winning that game 29-17 because obviously they fumbled it back, and it was the last... And that's how Cleveland got the extra touchdown. They were holding for a little while, but they just could not overcome it. They made so many mistakes that game, and just... what was the costly mistake of that game for the Steelers in that game, Dallas? And plus, we already know them not having T.J. Watt is still biting them in the ass.
I don't know what the costly mistakes were for Pittsburgh in that game.
Yeah.
Try that desperation hook and ladder and recovered it for the final score.
Yeah. There was a lot of craziness in that game, though. But, Jets are the Jets, and I got the Steelers bouncing back from that one and getting a win against the Jets. So I'm going to take the Steelers against the Jets to get a dub.
2-2. That's how you should be 0-3. But you found a way, like Cleveland, you guys. But the Jets are still not good.
Yeah, are you going Steelers as well?
On the Steelers to get to 2-2.
All right. Up next, we got the Chicago Bears taking on the New York Giants, who got beat by Cooper Rush like we predicted after Cooper Rush beat the defending AFC champs with the Dallas Cowboys, and the Cowboys just went into MetLife and took care of their business against the Giants. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bears took care of their business against the Houston Texans, barely got that dub, and the Giants just lost Sterling Shepard for the year, torn ACL, out for the year. That is a big blow to the Giants offense. Granted, they still have Saquon Barkley, but who else do they have to throw the ball to? Because Sterling Shepard was the big name at the wide receiver spot for the New York Giants. That's a big...
I guess they were going to have to rely on Kenny Galladay and, Kadarius Toney now.
Yeah, Kadarius Toney, but Sterling Sterling Shepard is their best receiver, so that is a huge blow to the Giants. But, taking on Chicago, they got that defense. And, on the offense, Khalil Herbert's running the ball well. Justin Fields seems to be still finding his footing and getting a little better in Chicago. I like the Bears better in this game, so I got the Bears going into MetLife Stadium and getting the win in New Jersey. I'm taking Chicago.
Yeah, give me the Bears to hand the Giants their second straight loss and get to a surprising 3-1.
Yeah. Whew. Up next, we got the Tennessee Titans taking on the Indianapolis Colts. The Tennessee Titans got their first win of the year against the Las Vegas Raiders in Tennessee by just 2 points, and the Titans are off the schneid. Meanwhile, going up against the Indianapolis Colts, who pulled the upset of the week last week by upsetting the Kansas City Chiefs at home in Kansas City. In Indianapolis. I'm surprised that the Colts pulled that upset up with all the struggles they've been having. But the fact that they took on KC at home and pulled off that upset was still incredible. Both these teams are desperate in the AFC South. And it's crazy to say that the Jacksonville Jaguars are actually in first place in that division right now.
Nobody would have.
I never would have guessed that. Matt Ryan going up against Ryan Tannehill. I'm going to go ahead, though, and I'm going to take Tennessee to get back-to-back wins and the Colts to have an emotional letdown. I'm expecting Derrick Henry to eat and just have a big run day on the ground. We'll see what Jonathan Taylor can do, but I favor Tennessee more in this, so I'm going to take the Titans.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I'm going to go with Tennessee to get back-to-back wins and get to 500. I think the Colts are in for a little bit of a letdown, but should be a good game, and it could go either way, but I like the Titans.
Yeah. Up next, we got the Los Angeles Chargers going to Houston to take on the Texans. The Chargers were another surprise team to get upset this week. Got blown out by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Justin Herbert clearly playing hurt. He was struggling in that game. And then James Robinson ran all over their defense. I was shocked at that game last week for the Chargers, that they got absolutely manhandled by Jacksonville. Meanwhile, the Texans battled with Chicago, just could not get it done. They're 0-1. They're 0-2-1. Still have yet to get on the win column, but they're in the tie column with Indianapolis. And going up against the Chargers. Chargers are going to be pissed about letting the Jaguars just manhandle them like that. So I got the Chargers bouncing back and getting a win in Houston. I'm taking the Los Angeles Chargers.
Yeah, give me the Chargers to get to 2-2 and get revenge for that. I think it was week 17, laying that egg last year in Houston. So I like the Chargers to get revenge for last year.
Yeah, that's right. Davis Mills torched them last year.
Yeah, they laid a big egg in a critical time of the year.
Yeah. Up next, we got the Cleveland Browns going to Mercedes-Benz Stadium to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons obviously took care of their business against us, and the Browns took care of their business against the Steelers. Shout out to Sleeta. It was awesome meeting him in the stadium last weekend. And Marcus Mariota, Jazzy Jeff said he wants Desmond Ridder out there now. He's not really happy with Marcus Mariota, but even with our loss, I'll tell you what, Geno did play okay in that game. Granted, the one interception on 3rd and 18, granted, he missed Colby Parkinson wide open and Rashad Penny open, from what I heard from Greg Woodfill, too. And then, obviously, Damian Lewis having the costly holding call when he didn't even have to hold. But Cleveland Browns I like them better in this game. I think they're going to get after Mariota. They'll contain London. They'll contain Pitts and the other weapons of Atlanta better than the way we were able to do them. So I got the Cleveland Browns going to Atlanta and getting it with Jacoby Brissett and getting the 3-1 on their record. So I'm taking the Browns.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Browns too to get to 3-1. And their Jacoby Brissett is holding the fort so far until Deshaun Watson gets back from suspension. I'm liking the Browns defense a lot right now.
Same, man. They're like you said, Jacoby Brissett is holding it down, and the defense is just taking care of their business. Look at the way they took care of their business against Pittsburgh. Excuse me. All right, up next, NFC East rivalry, we got the Washington Commanders going down to Jerry World to take on the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys got that win on Monday night against the Giants, and the Commanders got beat by the Philadelphia Eagles. No revenge for Carson Wentz. Jalen Hurts took care of his business, and the Eagles are 3-0. Man, the Eagles are just doing work. But the Commanders and Cooper Rush, could we possibly have a quarterback controversy in Dallas maybe with the way Cooper Rush has been playing? I mean, Jerry Jones still keeping quarterback competition open over there in Dallas, granted with Dak Prescott being hurt. We could potentially have a quarterback controversy in Dallas, maybe. What's your thoughts on that, Dallas? 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 I don't know. I think we might have lost him. Hope we didn't lose him. Dallas, you there? Be a two-parter. Yes, as we were saying, there was a quarterback controversy with Dallas with the way Cooper Rush is playing. We could possibly have a quarterback controversy with Dallas with how good Cooper Rush is playing for the Cowboys. And I got to go Dallas in this game against Commanders. Here, I'm taking.
Give me the Cowboys to get to 3-0 with Cooper Rush. I think Washington might finish last in the NFC East this year.
Yeah. Up next, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Jaguars, surprise, manhandling the LA Chargers in SoFi Stadium, and the Eagles just taking care of their business against the Washington Commanders. The Eagles surprising 3-0. The only undefeated team in the NFC so far this year is the Philadelphia Eagles. No one would have ever guessed that to be the case this year in the NFC. But, I got the Eagles to get the 4-0. I like them. I like what they're going. A.J. Brown is killing it. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts is having a good year. Their offense is just taking care of business. And I would like the Eagles to get the 4-0, so I'm taking Philadelphia.
Yeah, give me Philadelphia to keep it rolling and get to 4-0 and spoil
Doug Peterson's homecoming? Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that, too. Spoil Doug Peterson's homecoming. Oh, shit, we might have to frickin' move down to the game room. Shit. Dallas?
Still here.
Yeah, sorry. Just shit's crazy with my phone right now, Yeah, but anyway, so there's that. We got the Eagles taking care of the Jaguars. Up next, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. The Bills had that letdown against the Miami Dolphins, so they're gonna have some competition in the AFC East with how good Miami's playing. Meanwhile, the Baltimore Ravens took care of their business with ease against the New England Patriots, as we expected. And, man, for this one, this is going to be a good game. We know Josh Allen's going to bounce back from this one, in my opinion. He always does good bouncing back. And that Bills, losing Micah Hyde, not having Micah Hyde, I think, was costly too. But meanwhile, the Ravens, they were just able to, they're 3-1, and the Ravens. What are the Ravens' record? Are they 2-1? That's what I meant to say. My bad. Shit, I'm kind of slipping.
They should be 3-0.
Yeah, they should be 3-0 if they didn't blow that game to Miami. Buffalo, man, I cannot believe they freaking let Miami hang around and just blew that game and made the mistakes that they made against the freaking Dolphins. But I got Buffalo bouncing back and getting the 3-1. I'm taking the Bills. Dallas?
Give me the Bills.
Yeah, Buffalo. All right, just be sure.
Yeah, this should be one of the best games of the weekend.
Oh, yeah. Be sure you're staying with me, man, because this is crazy with the phone connections right now. All right, up next, you got the Arizona Cardinals going to Carolina to take on Baker Mayfield and the Carolina Panthers. The Cardinals, man, they were in it for a little bit. It was a weird game they were in with the LA Rams, but the Rams ended up pulling away and winning that game by 8 points at the end in Arizona. Meanwhile, the Carolina Panthers, they pretty much took care of their business against the New Orleans Saints and got on the win board. Baker's first win as their quarterback, and are now freaking. The Panthers are 1-2, same as the Arizona Cardinals. And the Panthers have had freaking Arizona's number. God damn it. Yeah, sorry guys, I had to change rooms. Shit's going weird with my phone right now, man. This is with Dallas and Dallas's phone connection in his apartment. But we're on the Arizona Cardinals and Carolina Panthers game, and like I said, the Cardinals got that got beat by the LA Rams. Rams barely pulled away. Meanwhile, Carolina Panthers got their first win of the season. Panthers have had Carolina's number. Panthers have had Arizona's number in recent history. Wouldn't you say, Dallas?
They have. They had that beat down in Arizona of the Cardinals last year with Cam Newton.
Yeah, when Newton
and then
came back.
obviously like the 2015 NFC Championship.
And then obviously beating them with Kyle Allen in 2019. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They beat them in 2019 and they beat them in 2020.
And I think they might have beat him like Cam Newton's rookie year.
Yeah, but yeah,
I think in week 1, they might have beat him in Cam Newton's rookie year in like week 1.
Yep, and Cardinals now back in the place where they got massacred in the NFC Championship game by Cam Newton in his MVP season. Arizona Cardinals, obviously, they're 1-2, Panthers 1-2, but I wouldn't be surprised if they lost to the Panthers again. If they lost to the Panthers again, then we know they truly have their number. Baker Mayfield's though on that team, but this time around, I'm going to take Arizona to get the win against Carolina and get to 2-2. So I'm going to go Arizona here. But if they lose to Carolina again, I'm going to laugh.
Yeah, this could definitely be a trophy for Arizona, but I like Arizona a little bit more. I don't look at that good of a team.
Yeah, same here. All right. Up next, we got the Denver Broncos going to Las Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. Russell Wilson and the Broncos going in to Las Vegas. Russell gets to play an actual game in Vegas since he played in the Pro Bowl last year. But now getting to play against the Las Vegas Raiders. And the Raiders are 0-3. I never thought I would be saying that. I never imagined I would be saying the Raiders are 0-3.
Did anyone else. Probably, no doubt, in my opinion, the biggest disappointment so far.
But the Denver Broncos, they barely won against the San Francisco 49ers 11-10. I don't think there's ever been an 11-10 final score ever in NFL history.
I believe it was the second. This one was in 2008 between the Chargers and Steelers.
Yeah, but man, and then also, let's not forget to mention that the 49ers in that game, Jimmy Garoppolo got Dan Orlovsky'd.
Yeah, he did.
Yep, stepped out of it, and it was funny seeing Dan Orlovsky's tweet where he basically put it out in a long words, shouting out, "Freedom!"
That ended up getting really costly for San Francisco.
Oh, it was.
Game.
Yeah, it was. And then Denver Broncos struggled too, and the Bronco fans still continue to boo Russell Wilson, at least until the final drive when Wilson finally got him in the scoring range and Melvin Gordon scored what would be the game-winning touchdown. They tried going for 2 and didn't get it, and then they got that key interception at the end. So, yeah, Denver pretty much, yep, they were fortunate enough, and now that makes Russell Wilson now 18-4 all-time against the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, I didn't know that stat. That's pure domination.
Yeah, so I think it's still pretty safe to say Russell Wilson still owns the 49ers.
Yeah, that's a big. That's like Aaron Rodgers' domination of the Bears.
Yeah, and I know the Raiders are going to be very pissed going into this game. They're 0-3.
This is absolute desperation mode for the Raiders.
Yeah, Devontae Adams is very pissed from what I heard, though, And then I got to say, for the Raiders, I think they could very well be 0-4. I mean, I like Denver a little bit better, but if the Broncos continue to struggle with Russell Wilson, Raiders could possibly have a chance at that bounce back and finally get on the win column this week. Whew, very tough one to pick. But I like the way Denver did get after Jimmy Garoppolo, though.
Yeah, that defense looks like it's going to be a top 5 defense here.
Yeah. Whew, what do you think? You want to go first on this one?
I like the Raiders because they're so desperate for a win. They could not dig themselves any better ball.
Yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to actually agree with you on this one. I'm going to go take the Raiders and put the Broncos to get their first win and upset Denver in Las Vegas. They're going to be very pissed that they're 0-3, and I think Max Crosby and frickin' Chandler Jones are going to want to go off in that game, and Devontae Adams is frustrated as hell. So Russell Wilson could possibly be facing his first loss to Derek Carr in his career. He's 2-0 all time against them because obviously the 2 times with the Seahawks when we beat them in 2014, and then obviously the game in London in 2018.
Yeah, it's just Denver's offense is looking absolutely abysmal.
It does. And then, I mean, they went 3 and out 8 times in that game. The most Russell Wilson's ever gone 3 and out in his career. 8 times in a single game. All right. Up next, we got the New England Patriots going to Green Bay to take on the Green Bay Packers. The Patriots, the Patriots last week just got cooked by the Baltimore Ravens, and Mac Jones got injured. So Mac Jones playing hurt in this game is not a good sign. I mean, granted, the X-rays came back negative, which is a good sign for Patriots fans and for the Patriots that Mac Jones is going to be all right. Meanwhile, Aaron Rodgers barely escaped Tampa with a win over the Buccaneers in Tampa by 2 points. Aaron Rodgers. I got the Packers just getting back on, staying on that roll. I got Green Bay beating New England in Lambeau Field. Give me the Packers.
Yeah, give me the Packers. Mac Jones is going to play?
I don't know if Mac Jones is going to play, but
Missed multiple games.
Yeah, if he does, I got Green Bay anyway. I just like Aaron Rodgers more, And plus, if Mac Jones decides to play, if he doesn't play, we know they're screwed regardless.
Yeah, and the Packers' defense has actually looked good so far.
Yeah, really.
With their defense so far.
Yeah. All right. Up next, Super Bowl 55 rematch. Kansas City Chiefs going back to Tampa to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs, with that getting upset by Indianapolis in Indianapolis last week, and the Buccaneers just losing by 2 to the Green Bay Packers. Man, I'll tell you what, for this one, this should be a good one too. Super Bowl matchup, Super Bowl rematch of Super Bowl 55. But this time around, Chiefs are feeling super pissed about blowing that game to Indy. I got Kansas City bouncing back in this one in Tampa Bay against Tom Brady. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah, give me the Chiefs to get revenge, a little bit of revenge for Super Bowl 55. And that they laid in that game.
Yeah. And that's a Sunday night game.
I've not been that impressed with Tampa's offense.
Yeah. I mean, their defense is still good.
They got Mike Evans back, which is huge. I would say he screwed the Bucs last week when he got suspended. He ended up getting suspended.
Oh, yeah.
For the altercation with Marshawn Lattimore in the Saints game.
Yeah, the brawl. That's right. Mike Evans really did screw his team last week when he got into that brawl then in New Orleans the week before. So going Kansas City on that one, though, too. I mean, having Mike Evans back should be huge, but I still like KC better in this one. Last but not least, Monday Night Football, Los Angeles Rams taking on the San Francisco 49ers, rematch of the NFC Championship. The Rams getting that win against the Cardinals, and Jimmy and the 49ers and Jimmy G pulled a Dan Orlovsky in Denver back on Sunday night. Granted, the 49ers defense made the Broncos offense go 3 and out 8 times, the most in Russell Wilson's career in a single game. I mean, with how it's going, I know the 49ers have had the Rams number in recent history up until the NFC Championship game when Tart dropped the easiest interception of his life, and then basically Aaron Donald just still continues to put the pressure on opposing quarterbacks and forcing Jimmy G throwing that interception at the end. I still like the Rams a little better. Granted, they looked a little sloppy against Arizona, but still managed to pull away. But I got the Los Angeles Rams making it 2 wins in a row over the 49ers, so I'm taking the Rams.
Monday Night Football last year at Levi's and to make it 3 in a row with back-to-back division wins. I think the 49ers not having Trent Williams for the next 4 to 6 weeks, that's really going to affect their offensive line.
Oh, big time.
Yeah, that's a big loss for them.
Yeah, all right. And there you have it.
Offense just looks so horrible last week.
Yeah, and there you have it for our Week 4 picks. Sorry about having to switch rooms and the phone problems with me and Dallas having phone problems. So, got the Dolphins over the Bengals on Thursday Night Football. Vikings over the Saints in London. Lions over the Seahawks, unfortunately. Hope I'm wrong. Hope me and Dallas are on. We got the Steelers over the Jets, Bears over the Giants, Titans over the Colts, Chargers over Texans, Browns over Falcons, Cowboys over Commanders, Eagles over Jaguars, Bills over Ravens, Cardinals over Panthers, Raiders, surprise, over the Broncos, Packers over Patriots, Chiefs over Buccaneers, and Rams over 49ers. And that's our Week 4 picks. Thank you once again for joining us, and I'll get all the video, get it all collaborated, all combined in a bit, and try to get it up as fast as I can. So catch y'all later. If you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. And as always, go Seahawks.